Hey, what's up? I've got a bad audio today, but I'm stuck in an elevator. See how there's no power? That's my warning. So how are you doing? I'm going to take this as a moment to practice. We just kind of come to terms with the things outside our control, that these things happen, that there's no one to blame, etc. I think makes it a good situation to kind of just remain chill. I think some people find these things discomforting. And to me, I think I see it as a test of patience. And that's something my dad used to talk about with traffic lights. And I know I brought this up before, as to there's people who, for whatever reason, when they drive up to a traffic light, they get real antsy, right? They're at a stoplight and they just can't wait to move. And they seem annoyed that the light is red, as though that's going to change it. And then instead, it's a healthy opportunity to realize there's nothing I can do in the situation. That my feeling twisted up inside doesn't speed anything up, doesn't help anything, and certainly the same case of being stuck on an elevator. That said, we'll see how long I'm on here. Maybe I'm going to record another video in 30 minutes where I'm, had it. But I'm grateful I have signal in here, so I was able to call the security desk or whatever. But like I say, my morning so far. I was going to record another video sitting in my office, but change of scenery, I guess. Lighting here isn't so good. I know people mentioned, stop doing thumbnails of me smiling. Message received. I appreciate the feedback that people offer on this channel. I think it's a sign that I'm doing better, that people care to give feedback on things. That's something that also was a key message of was Randy Pausch, and it was the last lecture. And he talked about when he would play football, like the coach was always on him, always giving him a hard time, and that he felt like, what's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't the coach like me? And then the point that teammate made was that sorry, I heard talking outside. I don't know if they're discussing how to get me out of here. But the point the coach made was that it's because the coach cares about the player that they're on them all the time, giving them a hard time, giving them feedback, and trying to keep pushing them further because they believe in them. The real sign of concern is when the coach suddenly stops pushing, stops giving feedback, stops being on them, because that means that they kind of give up on them, right? That means that they figured it's as much as this person's going to be able to achieve, or that it's not worth it somehow. Oh, hold on, I gotta take this call. All right, returning, just in case I missed it the first time, whole panel in the elevator is dead. So that was a call I just took. That was the security folks. But yeah, so the story I was telling right was simply that Randy Pausch related as part of the last lecture, which, by the way, if you've never seen the last lecture or read the last lecture, it's a great talk. It's a great book. Look up Randy Pausch, last lecture. So many great value messages in it. But the one I really wanted to mention today was just that one of the coach's negative feedback being a good sign. And that same way, I really do appreciate the feedback people offer on these videos. And I realize feedback today might not be as useful to me in terms of I can't do much about the elevator lighting or whatever. But I'll try to do a more interesting thumbnail. We'll see how that comes out. But it's awesome trying to do this daily. Obviously, looking for a very short-term solution I can whip out in a few minutes, because I'm still doing these daily YouTube videos on top of all my usual work. I'm still helping organize Indicate, still doing all my private training calls, still making a new video course. Oops, haven't announced it yet. Still making another book, hadn't announced it either. Still running the club, still doing my things that I do. But yeah, I guess I'll probably cut this video short for now. I want to save my battery in case it's helpful for me to get out of here. I usually carry a water bottle, and the one time I didn't, although I do have my notepad. I told you I keep my notepad with me at all times. Wasn't messing around. Right now I got one of my metal ones, right? Little pin folds out. I'll probably write this for a little bit, help me chill out. Anyway, like I say, practice what I preach. There's my pocket notepad. Have a good one, everybody. I'll probably do another short video when I get out of this elevator, catch you up on how long I was in here. But here we go. Okay, so we're up to about half an hour. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I realized kind of actually a fun moment for writing in the notepad, because it's kind of a special moment in time, right? Like there's like this isolated, I can't have other obligations right now. It's like what I enjoy about when I work on an airplane, that even if they offer like paid Wi-Fi in the planes, I never turn that on, because to me, that's a cool place to just be isolated from distractions. And that's that alarm is probably related to me. But yeah, just being able to just work on things is nice in isolation. And a lot of us will find like a place where we like to work, a library. I used to like to go sit up on a hill above my office in Pacifica. And basically the idea being that a certain moment in time, a slice in time, can be special in a separate way. It's Also has to do with kind of when we release games, right? If we release a game around the time we graduate, release a game around the time we move in our lives, that can sometimes kind of leave with it these memories in a nice way that's kind of fun to capitalize on that special slice of time. But anyway, that's what I've been jotting on. Figured I'd try another short video. Plenty of battery left, and I'm sure they'll be out here in no time. Totally doing fine. And I bet long term I'm probably going to use the stairs more. I bet there's going to be some positive health implications. Ooh, call from the security people. Gotta take it. It's been about 45, 50 minutes. I started this maybe 5-10 minutes after I got in here. Stopwatch, but just wanted to share a couple things that I think are things I'm thinking about. This is actually a good example of where part of Stoicism has to do with our focus on what we can do something about, what's in our control. And those are the things that we worry about, and the things that aren't our control, we're not at all worried about. Well, this elevator, not in my control. So, not worried about it. Something which is beyond anything I can do anything about, so making the best of the time that I've got. And it's actually really peaceful in here. It's really nice. I'm kind of glad that I'm in here alone. I don't want to sound antisocial, but I think it'd be more awkward if I was trying to have a conversation with a stranger neighbor. Although maybe I would make a new friend. You know what? I bet silver lining, I'd make the best of that too if that was the situation. I normally take the stairs, but the reason I took the elevator today from the 4th floor is because I was in a bit of a rush, trying to fit in a short errand around the block before my next call. And I think this is maybe a good reminder of how sometimes rushing is counterproductive. Oop, getting a call. Gotta take it secure. Okay, so it's been about 50-55 minutes, and I think this is maybe a good reminder for even me as someone who, like, obviously I like rushing things, right? I like doing quick code, rapid prototyping, etc. And even though there's a time and place for that, this is a case where I was rushing to try to fit in an errand before my next work appointment. I had a little training call, and I thought I could save a little bit of time by taking the elevator instead of the stairs. But it's just a good example of how sometimes if we rush things, it's counterproductive, right? Longer term, bigger picture. Those trade-offs that we make when we rush things. Malcolm Gladwell, Steven Pinker pointed out one of the problems with some Malcolm Gladwell writing. Oh, I can hear him working on the elevator. I'm gonna let him go for now. So, yeah, thanks for following along. I don't know if you can see, we've got some numbers going up here. Good. But that's probably the adventure for today. I've got other work to do when I get back to my apartment, so this is going to be the YouTube video. Hope you forgive the obviously terrible audio quality speaking in an elevator. Although maybe I'm being too optimistic. Maybe it's still another moment. Total time was about an hour. Not too shabby. I'm going to go for a walk. Enjoy being outside a little extra. Sometimes, these things happen that kind of are unusual. And I think they can be positive in the way they lead us to look at other things differently that we take for granted. Things like, just being outside. Anyway, I'm going to run that errand that I was trying to use the elevator to do quickly. So I'll let you go for now. Thanks for following the adventure today. Have another video for you all tomorrow.